been one of the area's most popular monthly cultural events. We're talking about Poetry Pages and Scribes, a monthly series that has given metro area poets a platform to express themselves through music and spoken word. Dozens were on hand at the Southfield Public Library for a special presentation of PPS as it recognized its 5-year anniversary milestone.
I'm very excited about reaching my 5-year anniversary. This is such a significant milestone in my career as a performer and as an artist, and it's very difficult to maintain a series for as long as this, and it's just overwhelming, the response that I've received over the years of people coming out and telling a neighbor and a friend about the poetry series.
The program featured performances from the Inside Out Collective as well as other notable local poets.
I enjoyed my first time being at Poetry Pages and Scribes. I like the venue, I like this building. I look forward to go back in there and hear a little bit more stuff. I've heard about Ber-Henda Williams. I haven't actually interacted with her, but I've heard about her and seen her around, so I'm excited to actually meet her.
I like the event a lot. I haven't got to spend a lot of time doing it because I was on stage and I had to go get myself together. But I listened to a couple of other artists who showed their work, and I like it a lot. I think that it's very important to have venues for poets, and because it's really, really hard to be a poet in Michigan, in Detroit, in Southfield, and Ann Arbor, because venues have been taken away. And it makes people want to move outside the city to go and be an artist, to go be a writer. And we shouldn't have to do that. We should be able to say our art on street corners, in parks. We should be able to throw events and, get donations and build venues and have venues where we can come to and that'll be funded for us. So I think this is amazing.
I think it's wonderful because you get a mix of all kinds of poetry. Detroit isn't just about one type of poetry. You get a really good mixed bag. You get music. It encourages young people to come. I love the old and the young people that, the groups of people that come to this event. It really attracts all sorts of people, which is really important for this area because people need to realize that, we have all these different communities around here and it kind of brings everybody together.
PPS is the brainchild of poet, author, activist Ber-Henda Williams, who wanted to create an inviting environment that nurtured and cultivated the talents of the poet and music community.
Some of my goals when I started Poetry Pages and Scribes were to create a diverse space for writers at all levels. I wanted to keep an open mic and also a feature because I wanted a person that may be a closet poet to not be intimidated. And I think that creating a space like Poetry Pages and Scribes with an open mic yields itself to just that. Whether you're a seasoned writer or if you're just starting out, you have an opportunity to share and you'll get really, really warm and great feedback.
Over time, PPS has gone on to embrace various activist and advocacy initiatives. On this night, it honored the life and times of the late poet David Blair.
David Blair, to me, is one of the greatest human beings on top of being an extraordinary writer. Tonight, a portion of the anniversary was dedicated to his work and to his memory, and I've always had the most pleasant experiences with him. He was not only a poet, he was a musician, he was a teacher, he was a traveler. He wasn't from Detroit, yet he made Detroit his home. And in one of his poems, he says that I was born the same year that you went up in flames. He was born in 1967, and he decided from New Jersey to come here and make Detroit his home.
David Blair had this type of work that it was always motivational, it always hit hard and always made you think about things differently. And to me, like me personally, what was amazing about Blair is that he loved Detroit so much, and it wasn't even where he was from. Like, to develop that love for people, for a hometown that's not really your hometown, to insert yourself in a city and make it a better place just by being you and by being artistic is amazing.
While Williams has enjoyed the support that PPS has garnered, she will not rest on her laurels as she charts a future path for the series.
Some of my future goals for PPS is to take the Poetry Pages and Scribes platform and take it into the schools. I know that there is a significant need for it. Students need a place to express themselves. They need to get their test scores up. Teachers are sort of saturated with the day-to-day. We need help. And as a community person, I live here, this is my home, I want to do my part. I think the impact of Poetry Pages and Scribes on the community has built a platform for activism. I think that at Poetry Pages and Scribes, people feel comfortable and free, and so hot button issues show up in poetry, and you have a number of activists that come out and participate. So I believe that the impact of Poetry Pages and Scribes really builds a sense of community, and in so doing spreads outward when people leave.
To learn more about PPS, visit poetrypagescribes.com.